I'm Ara, N6ARA.
Wow, that was a hot audio tone. And hi, I'm Mark, Kilo Delta 7, Delta Tango Sierra.
And welcome to episode 3 of Sofas on the Air. Sofas on the Air is a podcast that mostly covers SOTA, but we also cover POTA, amateur radio, and just the random tangents that we like to go on.
With a special place in our hearts for SOTA, of course.
Yes, yeah. We're a little bit biased. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing pretty well, Ara. How are you doing?
Doing good.
It has been quite the week.
I've heard.
And the highlight of the week for me was getting a goat sound on my phone in my office. And
okay,
I looked it up because SOTA Goat's our favorite app, right? And what I saw was a call sign I didn't recognize on top of San Pedro Hill, which is possibly the world's worst place to activate a SOTA summit.
You want to tell the audience why?
and the reason why is it's a radar site.
Yeah.
There are domes up there. There's a ton of RFI. You can't really leave the road once you get into the activation zone. And so you're kind of stuck in this fenced-in prison area with terrible line of sight, and it's just miserable.
Yeah, your body temperature elevates a little bit just from the RF environment around.
It does. So I was thinking to myself, what poor sap
He's up there right now.
Exactly. So I hop on the Flex radio and hit him up on sideband. Welcome to town, buddy. What are you doing up here? And he said, I'm new to California. I just came here for work. And this is I think it was his 5th ever SOTA activation.
Whoa, wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, right. New association, too.
New association, new guy. And I did the only reasonable thing. I logged the activation. Well, I logged my chase of his activation. And then I invited him to our club meeting.
Oh, no way.
Because 2 days later was our W6TRW club meeting.
Ah, cool.
So he showed up. Yeah. He gave a little bit of a ham highlight on an international activation that he'd done after upgrading to extra so we could use his SEPT privileges.
Oh, cool. Where's he from?
Indiana.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then after that, we went over and hung out at Farfield for a bit. Because of course we did.
Yeah, of course.
And he took apart his entire activation pack, and I got to see everything that he'd brought with him. And it was just so different than what you and I normally take.
Yeah. And you said this was his 5th activation, so he hasn't been super active yet, and it's kind of learning.
Right.
To do radio stuff, or has he been like hiking in the past?
Super active in POTA.
Ah, okay. Got the ham radio component to it.
Yeah, but he's only been a ham for 1 year.
Nice.
And he already had an entire POTA system based around a Shigu G90.
Nice.
10 amp hour battery. Pretty impressive. He has over 6,000 POTA contacts and had recently started discovering SOTA.
Yeah, are there even that many like SOTA summits in Indiana?
Probably in a Burger King parking lot or something, Not many.
Oh, yeah.
So he came out here, looked at what we had, and then changed his entire trip plan to stay for the weekend. So this weekend, he's going to go hit the Angeles Crest Forest.
Oh, dude.
And light up the points.
Yeah, dude. That place is just like Vegas in terms of points. Like you can hit up so many different summits in one day. Yeah. Oh, man, that's so great.
So getting to meet that guy and hear the story and see his kit and see how it's likely to change as he discovers more about SOTA, Morse Code, all of that.
So it sounds like from what you're describing, at least he had a very heavy kit, and that's probably going to change as you do more SOTA. Because you can, for POTA, you can at least most of the time just drive out whatever gear you need. But
right, he had I think it was a GoRuck pack, but just based on the fact that I couldn't curl it, I think it's probably about 50 pounds.
Oh gosh! Oh my gosh! Wow!
Now it had everything.
All right.
It had laptops, spare batteries, multiple antennas, ground spike.
Dude, that's so great.
Yeah.
And this happened at Farfield, which is a nice transition to what you've brought for us today. So drink of the episode is...
Well, I'm glad you asked.
I purposely asked him not to tell me what it is, so now I'm really curious what you got.
So the drink of the episode, and I'll show this to the viewers who are watching the video, is a Farfield Beer Company Passion Estate.
Passion Estate. All right.
And they describe it as a barrel-aged golden sour with estate-grown passion fruit.
Dude, sign me up. That sounds great.
So if you hang out at Farfield, you know that on their deck area, they have passion fruit growing along the fence.
Oh my gosh, really? I never noticed that.
And so the back fence of their patio is the estate.
Oh, dude. Oh, that's so cool. And they made that with that?
And they made it with their own passion fruit.
That is sick.
Which is very cool.
Kind of looks like a wine bottle from far away.
All right, we've spent enough time admiring it.
Let's try it. Let's
crack it open.
Nice. Like that for the ASMR. What does it smell like?
Ooh.
Oh, it smells like passion. Oh my gosh.
I have passion for this beer.
I like how we're staying quiet so we could hear the pouring. All right. Don't spill it on Mark's laptop. Thank you. Thank you. And don't spill it on my own laptop. Thank me. Thank me.
Fantastic.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, if you're listening to this on the audio version...
Mark is currently pouring beer, and that's why there's a bit of an awkward silence. We haven't quite mastered the podcasting thing yet, but we're trying. All right. Well, cheers, buddy.
All right. Cheers.
Let's try this out. It's got a golden color to it. Mark is smelling it. I just went straight for it. Wow. Whoa. Tastes like El Segundo. It's...
It has a little bit
really
of
good.
Little bit of funk on it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, dude, that's delightful. Oh my gosh, that's really good. I'm gonna put. Well, all right, I'll put it in the center.
Setting your beer down.
I know. I know we were supposed to talk about like the flavors of it. I taste the passion fruit and I taste the beer. I'm not very good at this, am I?
You know,
what does it taste like to you?
To me, this is a canonical sour. It has a fair amount of acid buildup in it.
Okay, cool. So I got the beer part wrong already. Cool.
Nice. It sparkles on the tongue. And it reminds me of a trip that I took in Europe to Belgium, where we were floating around one of these really old breweries that uses the native yeasts of the town. It uses spiders to keep the insect population down, and then they age everything in these funky barrels that have been around for 100 years. And this has that same vibe.
Oh, nice. That's great, yeah.
So to James and the Farfield team, congratulations. This is really phenomenal.
Actually, I'm going to go for a second.
I also got the 11th from last bottle.
Oh, so this is like a limited run.
This was a limited run made exclusively for their anniversary.
Oh,
and there is no plans to make it again as of right now.
Nice.
So,
well, they got a limited supply of passion fruit, right?
Yeah, so I don't think we're going to sell a lot of these for James because he doesn't have a lot to sell. But I might need another bottle. This is pretty good.
Yeah, it's very great. So, astute observers may have noticed that our audio quality has improved quite significantly. Mark, how's your week been with that? Tell us this journey.
I have gone on a journey of audio discovery, and I learned a lot. We probably can't go over all of it, but I would like to thank Umesh, KK6TXI, for sharing his pandemic hobby with me.
He fell into podcasting during the pandemic?
Oh, no. He never got past the microphones.
Oh, no. Oh, we're going to have to change that.
He got so into microphones that he has a closet completely filled with incredibly high-quality gear from which audio has never seen the light of day.
Until today.
So, Umesh, thank you for loaning us these microphones. We will spend a little bit of our own coin and buy some of our own soon.
Yeah, this is great because like you got to like have like a little like a sampler platter of, does this microphone work well? What about these settings? And you went through this whole. Mark sent me like a YouTube video of him and Dee just going back and forth with the different mics and what sounds better, and we're all trying to like guess which microphones they were and which one sounds the best. And definitely made a good informed decision on what to get next, because I feel like, and for context, actually, I realized we didn't explain too much context here. The last 2 episodes, we were using these like lapel mics, little lav mics. And while watching this on YouTube, it was kind of fine. The exported audio that you would then listen to on, say, oh my gosh, the beer's gonna be on Apple Play or like podcast, whatever. I was listening to it in my car just to kind of proof the audio, and I'm like, man, this does not sound as good as it could. So, and
as our listeners, we want you to have the best possible audio experience.
Exactly.
So we will spare no expense up to a certain limit.
the credit card limit.
And we're switching from those lavalier mics, which are an Omni. They capture all of the audio in the room, including the echo. And we're moving towards these dynamic microphones, which have a much more limited range. So if I get close, it gets loud. And if I get further away, you can hear the audio really fall off. Yeah. And the reason for that is they have a supercardioid pattern. And so they only pick up what's in front of them and they reject the echo. So hopefully this leads to a more enjoyable audio experience.
I hope so. This is cool though. This is so much fun. We were like proofing with the audio setup earlier, and yeah, we're advancing by the episode. We're figuring how to do this.
By episode 50, we'll actually know what we're doing, right?
Man, yes, hopefully. All right, next topic. There's this thing that happened. What was it, a few weeks ago? I forget what it was.
I think we talked to Tim about it.
Yeah.
Field day?
Yeah, field day.
Field day. I'm not gonna lie, field day was awesome for me. How was it for you?
Oh, dude, it was like next level amazing for a field day. Having come from doing field day mostly on my own and helping out a small group of folks, so like everybody's doing a ton of work to get set up, get the antennas in the air. It is like nonstop setup all day long, to the W6TRW club, which has like so many people that come in and help out. And all I had to do was make sure my 20-meter band was busy the whole time. And dude, I had such a blast. It was like getting to hang out with you and Adam, K6ARK, Josh, KI6NAZ, Umesh, and so many other people. Probably Devin. Oh my gosh, it was a hoot.
Yeah.
You want to say where we were?
We were on Cerro Noroeste at just around 8,200 feet, and we rented out the entire group campsites, plural. So we had enough room for 140 people. We dedicated about 100 people's worth of space to antennas. And that was necessary because of all of the antennas that Adam brought with him.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, I thought we were all done setting up, and then Adam rolls up with his car. And honestly, there were so many antennas everywhere. It was tough to not trip over them. Like there were little flags everywhere where like the coax was running. It was a big antenna farm. That was so cool.
Yeah, so we had beams for 10 meters, for 6 meters. We had a full half wave 160 meter, I think. I don't know. It was a lot of wire. We also had a hex beam set up for 20, 15, and 10. We had a couple different antennas in the air for 2 meters and 70 centimeters, along with a Yagi for 2 meters. It was just a ton of antennas. We had 34 people show up. We had enough food for about 50 because we contracted with a taco truck to have basically unlimited tacos.
I got some pictures actually that we can share.
Oh yeah, let's take a look.
Oh man, there's you. I think this is like one of the mornings you were making breakfast tacos for us, if I remember right, or maybe this is omelets.
Oh, that is Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And we were using the leftovers from the Mexican dinner the night before and frying them up, mixing them with eggs, and putting them into some reheated tacos. That was pretty good.
Dude, that was so much fun. And oh my gosh, yeah, there were so many photos. Oh geez, I'm like totally screwing this up. Setting up the antennas. There was that one guy. So like I roll up, right? And Mark is like setting up the antenna, and there's this like other gentleman with you. I don't know who he was, and he just showed up to help set up the antenna.
Yeah, he's a local Los Angeles ham, and he loves setting up hex beams.
That's like his thing?
That's his thing. He called me the day before, and he said, hey, I really want to come to your site and help you set up your antenna. And I said, do you want to operate with us? And he's like, no.
I'm just here to set up the
I
antenna.
just love setting up antennas.
Dude, we all need that person in our lives. That's amazing, dude.
And when he showed up, he had a full buddy pole hex beam antenna setup kit that he had built.
Wow.
So it had a compass. It had a whole bunch of angles cut into a piece of plywood to show exactly where the leg should go, where the guy line should go.
Oh my gosh!
He had read the manual, and he had a piece of string basically that was cut to exactly where the stakes needed to go, and so he could put that thing up with scientific precision faster than anybody I've ever seen.
Dude, that is so cool! Oh my gosh! Yeah, shout out. What was his name?
I'm blanking on his name.
I'm blanking on his name too.
Yeah.
But
I'll have to look it up.
The guy's awesome.
But it was amazing, and I owe him a phone call, actually. But yeah, so it was a great experience from the number of antennas we had, the people we had, the food that we had. We also had a Starlink set up, and Josh live streamed it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Like how long? And it was like for hours.
2 hours.
2 hours. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to see what we were doing, and this podcast isn't enough for you, we'll link it in the description below this on YouTube, and you can check out the live stream from Ham Radio Crash Course where he shows you around the site. And then he also made an episode titled "You Can't Cram More Radios and Fun into a Weekend," and did the full 47-minute edited version.
Oh yeah. Man, yeah, that came out so good. It's like from the perspective of Josh. This is before we started. I was telling Mark, I feel like Field Day is such a big event for most hams, and it's almost like one of those TV shows where when they have enough episodes, like a big event happens, and they'll cut through each character's perspective of what happened, because you just can't cover everything that happens because there's always something going on. And at least for me, it was mostly just sitting in front of my laptop, just trying to call CW on 20 meter and working as many stations as I can. And then until I got tired, I, stood up and, found someone to sit in for me and ran CW, FT8, FT4, which by the way, I'd never operated FT4 before. It is so great for contesting. All those like QSOs go, half the time of FT8. And shout out to Devin for showing me how to use it and teaching me these tricks of how to improve your QSOs per hour count. So that was a ton of fun, man. And I finally, for a field day prior to this, I was nonstop running. Like I was the only operator for, at least for my station. And so I didn't really get to enjoy the day as the day is. And so getting up and being able to walk around and have some food, and Tony brought his telescope at night, which was great.
KC6QHP.
Yeah, man, this guy had a professional, amateur, telescope setup and was imaging these galaxies from what is probably one of the darkest, places in Southern California. There's not a lot of light pollution. And he had the fancy telescope with computers doing closed loop control to minimize the noise and all this stuff. It was phenomenal.
0.3 pixel drift over a 3-minute exposure.
Dang. Holy cow. Yeah.
It was very impressive.
Yes, it was serious.
Yeah. So getting to have the star party. And also we had Helen to be our guide.
Oh, that's right.
So that was great. And
there's a phone.
There is a phone going off.
It was part of our procedure.
It was part of a procedure to turn off
silence phones.
That one's on me. Phone. Can our audio engineer go silence the phone? Thank you, audio engineer.
Oh, isn't this fun? I don't know if the audience can even hear it, but anyway. So it was a ton of fun.
One other thing that was really unusual is because we were on a SOTA summit, but our camp was just outside of the activation zone. For an educational activity, which is worth bonus points, we took 10 people into the activation zone and did a real live SOTA demonstration where every one of the 10 people got to activate.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And you get to like contact the camp too, because
Right.
the camp is outside the activation zone.
And it might be the highlight of any SOTA activator in Southern California or beyond to get chased by K6ARK.
Of course.
Because who wouldn't want to get chased by K6ARK? So Adam stayed back in camp. So every one of our activators got K6ARK in, for some of them, their first ever SOTA log.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so. Because it's a learning thing.
Because it's a learning thing.
Oh,
right?
that's so great.
And then on the way back from that, we bumped into a family with some small children, including a 6-year-old. Do you have pictures of this?
I don't. I was just looking for it. I can't find it.
Yeah, I'll see if you can find it. It's in there somewhere. But the mom and the dad thought this would be a fun experience for their kids, so they brought them back to our field day site, and the 6-year-old made his first ever contact on the GOTA station.
Oh.
And there's a 20 bonus point reward if you can get somebody under 18 to make a contact. And so not only did we get this kid his first ever ham radio contact, but he also got us 20 points. It was the classic win-win.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, I think I found it.
Oh, yeah,
you
found
one
it.
second. Give me 1 second. Anyway.
Ara is expanding this so that everybody can see it.
There we go.
There we go.
I got
All right.
it.
Let's see if it can show up. There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a photograph of this kid making his first ever QSO. And it was just the sweetest thing.
Dude, that's so cool. This is what I love about the GOTA station. Like, this is what field day is really about at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our total score.
Well, you're going to talk about it.
I'm going to say our preliminary score.
Okay.
Which might go down as logs get checked and everything.
Yeah.
So don't hold me to this. But, you know, in previous years, we had a pretty good club record floating around 6,000 points per year. And we went up substantially a couple years ago when we switched from QRO to QRP, because QRP has all these bonus points.
Yeah, and it's like 5-time
It's
multiplier
5x.
per contact.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
It's huge, by the way.
So it's, if you're a QRP station, a sideband contact is worth 5 points, and a digital or CW contact is worth 10, which is a big deal, right? And then, of course, there's multipliers for using battery power. And we were doing everything on battery and solar. So we're getting all of these multipliers. And we think that we got just a hair over 11,000 points.
Yes, that's a lot.
Which
For, what are we, 5AB?
5AB.
Okay, that's the category that we're in. at
Yeah.
least.
And if you look at past years, that's somewhere between 3 and 4 times what you need to win the category.
Wow.
So we'll see what happens, but I feel good about our odds.
Yeah, and if I recall correctly, we also capped or beat the top score ever recorded for the club too, right? Or are we close?
I went through the last 25 years of QST magazines to see if I could find a recorded score that was higher than this. No.
Wow, dude. Oh, that's awesome.
So again, I could be wrong. It's very hard to find good historical data, but regardless, we had a phenomenal field day.
Yeah.
And I guess just a last note on field day before we move on. Why do you think field day is important?
Ooh, I feel like that varies from person to person. I guess the question I would counter with is important to the person or important to, say, like the community and like ham radio in general?
Excellent question.
Ah.
I would say important to the community.
Oh, at the end of the day, it's about getting people to get on the air and just informing people about what ham radio is. Because I personally didn't really know much about ham radio, and it wasn't until I actually attended a field day and saw people operating HF and UHF VHF that I gained a better sense of what the hobby actually entails. But I think for a lot of people, and including the folks who just like walked up from another campsite to us and were like, what are you guys doing here? What are all these random wires in the air?
Yeah.
You know, this is that connection to, pulling people in and telling them what we're doing and hopefully getting them to do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's about having an organizing principle that drives the other 364 days of the year.
Oh, interesting.
So why do we make
Okay.
big investments in understanding batteries or figuring out data rates and packet drops from a Starlink, or how to do networking in the field away from a house?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why do we figure all these things out? Well, ultimately, it's for field day, but field day drives us to expand the scope of our hobby. And as amateurs, discovering new things, exploring new types of technology, and then forming the social connections to make all of that possible,
Yeah.
field day brings it together.
Oh, it's like, yeah, it's like a milestone that happens every year. That's sort of the driving factor.
And like any project, you need a good milestone.
That's 100%. Oh man, I never. You know what's funny is I never thought about it that way. And then when you get into SOTA, you sort of end up, in a sense, like every other weekend is a field day for you, and you end up building your kits and preparing. So like by the time you get to a field day, everybody's really well versed in how to operate.
It did help that we had a lot of SOTA operators at our field day.
Yeah, like nearly everybody.
Nearly everybody. And the only person who wasn't had over 50 times the power draw, I believe was the number that I was seeing.
No way.
Because none of his gear was SOTA gear.
Oh,
It was all base station gear.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because
And
I
it-
had my IC705 and my Jinka. Hold on, how do you say it?
Jankopotamus?
I think Josh KS6NAZ correct me. Is Jinkapotamus.
Jankopotamus.
It's an Evolve 3. It's like the $60 laptop. I think it's a little more than that nowadays. But the beautiful thing about it is it's powered by 12 volts, so you can hook it up to a Bio-Eno, and it'll take the highest voltage that the battery pack would output. And I have worked so hard to bring down my power usage for field day in previous years, just because I was focused on trying to bring as little batteries as I could that could last me the whole weekend. So I'm not too surprised to hear that. Actually,
Yeah.
Now we got to hit up Umesh to figure out what exactly we all used up in terms of power. I didn't actually look at the stats. So.
He had a lot of logging turned on.
Oh yes,
We're gonna
love
find
data.
out.
I love data.
Well,
Oh, man.
you mentioned astronomy with KC6QHP,
Yes.
and that's actually a pretty good tie to our next topic.
Oh yeah, you guys went to the Owens Valley Radio Observatory.
We
Yeah.
did.
I had a conflict. I really wanted to go. So it was your club that organized this?
Actually, no. It's an
Oh.
outreach activity from the Owens Valley Radio Observatory
Oh.
that helps put it together.
Oh.
And then it's coordinated by Doug, K6JEY. And so it's not just the radio club. It's a lot of radio clubs plus a lot of astronomers, kids,
Wow. It's like a whole day they just open up the observatory.
whole weekend.
Wow. Oh my
So
gosh.
not only do they open up the Owens Valley Radio Observatory, they basically give it to us so we can camp on the lawn for free. We get tours from the observatory director. I should probably tell you what the Owens Valley Radio Observatory is, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what do they observe? I know, like, I mean, it's in the title radio, but
Yeah, so way back in the 1940s, there was an idea to spin up radio astronomy in the Caltech community. And they eventually figured out how to build a telescope, which started out with a fairly small 32-foot telescope.
it's like an optical telescope.
It's all
Or-
radio.
Oh, it was a radio telescope. Okay,
Radio
okay.
telescope. If you want to observe certain phenomena, they don't necessarily give off photons.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to observe things that used to be photons, but maybe got redshifted as the universe expanded,
Mm-hmm,
you might want to look in the radio bands.
Oh.
And so there's just a ton of information there. You've seen these slices of the spectrum where there's the human visual range.
Yeah.
And then you have the RF spectrum, and it's just big.
Filled with FTA.
It's just
yeah.
so much FTA. Look, if we ever find aliens,
It'd be the most awkward grid square exchange.
well, and not only that, we could never say anything back. The only thing we could ever send would be a grid square.
Grid square.
Anyway,
Okay. Jokes aside. Yeah.
So they-
Spectrum.
they were looking at things like hydrogen clouds in the Milky Way,
Wow.
extragalactic radio sources, all sorts of cool stuff, right?
Dude, that is wild.
And they eventually decided they needed and you're going to be surprised by this, a bigger
A
telescope.
bigger telescope. I was like, it's either going to be another one or a bigger one.
That's right. So the National Science Foundation in the 1960s supported the construction of a 40-meter telescope.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Now, my buddy Devin, who's one of the tallest individuals that I have access to outside of the LA Lakers, he's about 2 meters. And so this is, a 20 Devin telescope.
Dude,
that's just very big.
Huge.
And so we got to go inside of it, up and walk on the catwalk underneath the dish.
Dude, this looks so cool.
It
oh
was
my gosh.
Very cool.
Dude,
and
that's
if
so
people want
neat.
to see what it was like to tour it, KK6TXI took a 360 camera
Oh, this guy
and
on
has
the
a
left.
virtual reality tour on his YouTube channel.
Oh, no way. Well, we should plug it. What is it? Do you know?
It'll be in the show notes.
It'll be in the show notes.
But I
That's
looked
so
at it,
cool.
and since it's a VR thing, if you look at it on YouTube on your phone, you can look around
Okay.
and you can see the feeds, you can see the control cables.
Dude, what a cool way to document that trip too. That's a clever idea.
Yeah, so we spent the whole weekend out there, and because it's right underneath Mount Whitney, it's just past Mount Whitney, you can activate SOTA on all of these gorgeous peaks in the Inyo Forest.
Without too much of a big hike. I mean, like, you're not going to go do Whitney in a day. Well, some people might.
But Whitney isn't the only mountain around there.
Okay.
And so I went with Angelina and Dee, and we did a couple activations while we were there.
Wow.
And the highlight for me of those activations was watching Dee. Two things, actually. First one was watching Dee get her first ever DX contact.
Whoa.
Now, keep in mind, Dee is a technician.
Wait, really?
Dee is a technician, and she refuses to use anything except Morse code on 40 meters. And so we're on top of this peak.
Oh, so this must have been... Okay, go.
So we're using a doublet, so it's a good antenna.
Oh, yeah.
And we did the trick where we tuned the feed line length to make it close to resonance.
Okay.
And at the end of last year, Dee won a KH1 by doing her 10 Mountain Challenge.
Yep.
So she's on her 5-watt KH1.
Beautiful.
Hooked into this doublet, and the tuner in that was good enough to bring it into resonance.
Cool. Nice.
Somebody's going to critique me calling it bringing into resonance. But the trans match worked.
Wow, that's great.
And she starts calling CQ, and we hear this incredibly faint QSB laden signal come back with WE.
You know who it is.
In Morse code, of course. And I jump off a rock.
Yeah.
I am excited.
You're like, oh my God.
Out of my mind.
Waka-san.
It's got to be Waka-san.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Because who else is going to be awake at that time of the day and
Yep.
have the skills to chase a signal that weak?
Yep.
And on our end, it's an S0 noise floor.
Oh, yeah. So I guess it makes sense because it's an observatory.
It's
It's not radiating.
It's only listening. And in fact, the area around there is a radio quiet zone. So we were just outside of that.
Dude, that's so cool.
And so we hear this just whisper of Japan come in on 40 meters.
Wow.
And Dee pops in a headphone so she can hear better. And she works Waka-san.
Dude, that is so great. Oh, man. Oh, congrats, Steve.
And so that my heart fluttered. It was really beautiful, especially to see Waka-san's patience.
A very, very patient chaser. Very experienced, too.
As one of the best, most experienced chasers, he knows how to do this. And he knows every person's skill level, sending and receiving speeds. So he dials
it in.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that is so great.
So that was really cool. And then while we were on the peak, Angelina, who is a fairly new ham, says, maybe I should try this. Now, keep in mind, the only Morse code she's ever learned, she learned from me on the hike to the peak, which was 1 hour.
What?
So she had precisely 1 hour
of experience.
And in that total ever.
Wow.
And in that 1 hour, she learned the entire alphabet. And then we got to the peak,
What?
and Dee throws her the key, and she wants to make a contact, but nobody's coming back to the CQ. And so we decide to chase, and we found the ham ninja.
Oh, N1 CLC, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh.
And N1 CLC was on a summit.
Oh, heck yeah.
And we figure, what better way to do your first ever Morse code contact without ever touching a key before in her life than to chase N1 CLC, who was running about 25 words a minute.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh.
And now you can debate about whether or not this counts as a Morse code contact. I make the case that it absolutely does.
Yeah, no, it totally does. So she sent... She didn't head copy at like 25.
Of course she couldn't head copy.
Yeah.
So I was doing the head copy, and then I told her what to send, but instead of letters to make it easy, I'd say, dot it, Roger, Roger.
Yeah.
And then she would copy it using the key.
Oh, man. Oh, that's so cool.
And we got it on video. So if you check out my shorts...
your YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
If you check out my YouTube shorts, you can actually watch her do this.
Oh, that's great.
And...
Did you get her hooked on CW? Is she interested now?
She's very interested now.
Oh, dude, that's so great. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was my second SOTA highlight from the Owens Valley Radio Observatory.
Man, it looks so gorgeous. Like even these like nighttime shots look like phenomenal. Who took these photos back?
I did.
You took that?
Yeah, I took the same camera we're filming this on. I took a Nikon.
Oh, you took that. Okay.
I took a Nikon Z6 with a ultra wide linear.
So you don't have a super long exposure because the stars would do the blur.
Well, here's the cool part. The wider your viewing angle, the fewer pixels a star will traverse in a fixed period of time. So you can actually expose for longer if you make the viewing angle wider.
Got it.
So if you're using a 14 millimeter full frame ultra wide, which is what I was using, you can do a 20-second exposure and not get star trailing.
Dude, that is sick. These photos came out great, by the way. Oh my gosh.
So very cool. And of course, Umesh is also a very good photographer. So he and I teamed up. So he helped me with, selecting things as well.
Oh man. Dude, it looks like such a good time. I was so bummed to have missed that. But it's a yearly thing though, right?
It's a yearly thing.
And
That's right.
I guess we should probably give some context to people who are not familiar with California, where Owens Valley actually is. And I think it's probably like, oh, you said Mount Whitney, but I would say like Death Valley, like northwest of Death Valley-ish?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 3.5, 4 hours north of Los Angeles.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. That's good. All right.
Yeah.
Man, all right. Definitely want to go next year because
You
that
should
looks like
absolutely
so
do
much
that.
fun. It's also didn't they film a movie there or something?
They did.
Okay. I was like, there's a famous thing about it.
Yeah, and before we went, Dee and I spent a couple evenings watching Contact, the movie.
With Jodie Foster.
With Jodie Foster, who could forget. And fun fact, if you go to the Owens Valley Radio Observatory, you can see a movie poster for Contact signed by Jodie Foster.
Oh, that's cool. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Oh, man.
Yeah,
This
so
is a
we were
fantastic
standing
film.
next to the Jodie Foster movie poster making liquid nitrogen ice cream. And
Wow, they really go all out. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Public outreach. That's fantastic.
well, and a lot of our people had never seen the Meissner effect before. Are you familiar with the Meissner effect?
I actually am not.
Fascinating.
Okay.
You should be.
Maybe I do know it and I just don't know I haven't tied it to a name. What's
The Meissner effect is where a superconducting material will expel the magnetic fields from itself, and the process of doing that basically locks it into space.
Yep.
And so if you have a superconducting magnet, you can put it into such a state where it will levitate, and then it will stay perfectly still, suspended in space. And it looks like something out of an alien movie.
Yeah. I knew of the effect. I didn't know the word for it, so now I do. These are the same like effects where you can like run it down like a hockey rink kind of thing, and it floats and levitates and moves around.
That's
the
exactly
rink.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. So the directors, the director of the observatory, did a Meissner effect demonstration for us.
With the same liquid nitrogen that made the ice cream, or
Look, it's just nitrogen.
it's liquid. Yeah.
It's just nitrogen. Along with some other nice physics demonstrations, like the ideal gas law, PV equals nRT.
Yep.
And nobody remembers what the N is, but it's pressure times volume
Is it an N a constant?
Yeah, it's a
okay,
I think it's Avogadro's.
That's why nobody remembers.
It's like Avogadro's number or something.
Avogadros,
right?
Yes.
But it's proportional to temperature.
Oh, cool.
So if you drop the temperature, then the volume will drop like crazy. So if you take a full balloon and you get it to liquid nitrogen temperature, the balloon will actually look like it's never been inflated.
Yeah.
And then as it warms back up, it goes poof.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh man.
So.
Okay, so that is like the perfect place to take like kids, especially when that learning curiosity age, like physics. I don't know. I'm sure to you as well. To me, it was like the coolest class to take, especially in high school.
Having taken physics and having some understanding of the Meissner effects and the ideal gas law and everything, it's still cool.
Oh yeah.
I mean, watching something levitate it will never get old.
Yeah. Dude, that was so cool. Oh man.
So next year we're getting you to come with us.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go. But yeah. So speaking of learning CW, rolling back a little bit.
Well, cheers to CW.
Oh, cheers to CW. Oh yeah, we barely touched our beers. Cheers.
Cheers.
They're actually a sour?
Sour.
Okay. I keep saying beer. I meant to say sour. I'm sure people.
Well, a sour is a type of beer.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
It's a sour beer.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Cheers.
Cheers. In this podcast, we learned how dumb Ara really is.
But you should see him after 3 beers.
3 beers. This is really good, man. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing this, by the way. This is fantastic.
The essence of beer is resonating with me on this one.
It's on frequency.
It's on frequency, yeah.
Yeah, so earlier you're talking about Angelina learning CW. And I think just this week, Dee released a new video on your channel about how to learn CW. And I am absolutely in love with the format and style. I actually got to pull this up. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. I think a lot of us, when we start getting into Morse code, do it because we're radio operators. A lot of people get into it because they're SOTA operators. And Morse code is just a more efficient mode. So I got into Morse code for the efficiency. And Dee got into radio so she could do Morse code, which is exactly backwards from the way most people do it. And the video that you're going to show on the screen, that video, let's see, can we show that on the screen?
Yeah.
There we go.
Full screen it.
The video that you're showing is Dee's concept. So she wrote the script, she did the voice work, she also did the animations.
The animations are so great. You guys should definitely check this out. I love this format. I have not seen animation like this in any ham radio channel. And I think like this is a really, really great idea. I hope this continues.
She did such a good job. I love that she used Ormu Orange for some of the highlight text.
Yeah.
And then if you watch it, you realize it's not until you're over halfway through the video that radio comes up.
Ah, interesting.
Because radio is a mechanism by which you can use the language of Morse code.
Yeah. I mean, like, you can learn Morse code, but it's like, okay, so what? You learn Morse code, now what? Right?
Right.
And it's like, there are people actively using that today.
Yeah.
A lot of people actively using that today.
Yeah, if you ever hear somebody grousing about how ham radio is a dying hobby, all you need to do is go to the Morse code portion of the band on a contest weekend and try to find a clear frequency.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly.
If you can't find an open frequency, the hobby's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and there's great programs now like, SOTA and POTA that have a lot of active users or active people on that mode. And so you're not relying on having to like, wait for a contest or schedule or just start calling CQ and you don't know what the other side's going to do. There's like a nice format. It really makes it a great stepping stone, in my opinion, to learning CW.
Well, and one of the things that Dee points out in this video is if you are new to CW, one of the hardest things is to figure out who on earth are you talking to, because copying a call sign can be pretty hard if you're new.
Yeah, let alone the padding around it, like calling the CQ and the signal reports and all the break and all that other stuff.
But if you're chasing SOTA or if you're chasing POTA, the call sign is on a website. The summit is on a website. All the information is there. So the only thing you really need to do is send your own call sign. And if you can hear them repeat your call sign, you can get the contact.
Yeah, actually, I got to say, of all the things, so there's like, we're very active in SOTA, but the one thing I really like about POTA is in order to get POTA recognition for hunting, the logs are submitted by the activator.
That's right.
And typically the activators know enough Morse code to do the activation. So as long as you can get in their log, they'll log you and you'll get your rewards for making that contact. So yeah, that's a really great point. All you really need to know is how to send your call sign and how to copy it back, and you can get started.
Right. And I think Angelina is the perfect example of how low your level can be when you make that first contact.
Yup.
I mean, 1 hour is enough to get started on the air.
Man, I genuinely never thought about this. Because like, I don't know about you, but for me, I started learning CW by just like practicing on Morse Mania, where it would like throw letters at you and you would, type the letter that you just heard, and it helps you head copy at least the alphabet. And at some point, that kind of started to break down, like that wasn't enough. And I ended up finding Long Island CW Club and then CW Ops and CW Academy, and actually started taking classes because I really wanted to get serious with it. Everybody kind of has their own pathway, I feel like. But that feeling of like the first contact you make is so nerve-wracking. But having somebody by your side helping you, I'm certain that must have helped a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's very addicting, especially when you hear the other side come back with your call and they're like, I copied you. And you're like, yes, I sent tones and they came back to me.
So I've helped multiple people now get started with Morse code.
Dude, that's
because
so cool.
it's just really gratifying to see somebody start to be able to enjoy the thing that you like.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for it. So one of the pro tips I have is a Y splitter for a TRS cable, and I'll tell you why. Oh, you can see. You can see where I'm going with this. Yeah, because then you can take 2 Morse code keys and hook them into one radio. And so if the person gets freaked out or if they need some help, you can just keep going for it.
This is like when you're learning to drive a car and there's like you're the student driver and the passenger next to you has that brake pedal to like, help you not crash into things. But in this case, help you make the contact.
What's funny is I almost never use the paddle. But the fact that it exists
gives them comfort.
And then they make their own contacts. And then at some point they're like, you can clear out of here. I got to pile up to work.
Yeah, right. Man,
so
that is really cool. I got to start, I feel like if anything, there's like a PSA here, like if you know CW, teach other people. I feel like I haven't done enough of that. Like, you're very good about that. You're constantly grabbing people and be like, come on, let's go do this. Let's make a Morse code contact and see what this is all about. So if you know CW, you definitely should do the same.
I think we should have a recurring segment about how everybody should learn CW.
Just drill it into people's minds. I like that idea, though. Or at least if this episode, we don't have a guest, but in future episodes when we do, it'd be really interesting to catalog and understand how other people got into that mode. Because I know, at least for me, I don't know if I mentioned it before on this podcast yet, but I didn't want to get my ham radio license because there was a Morse code requirement. And when they dropped it, I was like, sweet, I am totally going to get that, license now. And like, look, many years later, I finally caught the bug, and it's been a ton of fun.
So you're late to the game.
I am very late to the game.
I got licensed with Morse code. Because I'm older than I look.
I wasn't going to say that.
But I got licensed back in high school listening to the CW tapes from Gordo.
It's like an OG way to learn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, back on cassette tapes. So I taught myself Morse code off cassette tapes.
All our Gen Z audience is like, what is a cassette tape? No, you don't actually have to describe what a cassette tape is.
So for our Gen Z audience, instead of using lasers to write things onto spinning discs...
Dude, that's still a decade ago. That's not even valid anymore.
You could use magnets to write them onto tapes. And then those tapes would be in a cassette, and you'd have a cassette tape.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I learned off tapes all the way up to 13 words a minute.
Wow.
So I got my general at 13 words a minute, and then promptly didn't do anything with it after I graduated high school. And, a while went by.
Yeah.
And lately, I've been getting back into it, not just through SOTA, but because Dee's been having so much fun with it.
Yeah.
And we've been using a product that everybody should get if they can get their hands on one, called a TinyMIDI.
Actually, we were trying to think of plug. Okay, go.
You can plug it in a minute.
Yeah.
But what the TinyMIDI lets you do is plug it into your iPhone and use the iPhone as a practice oscillator that you can just hang out with. And it's very comforting. You can be at home, chilling at the kitchen table, and send Morse code back and forth with your family. And it's a great way to practice because everybody benefits. You can send cute notes like "the cat is hungry." The cat benefits.
Yep.
So there's other ways to do this, of course, too. There's also some of the V-band hardware.
Oh, yeah, for practicing, for sure.
Yeah.
Morse it if you have an iPhone.
That's right.
There's a lot of V-band web apps that you could pull up on your phone and use the TinyMIDI. So you literally plug in a little capacitive touch paddle into your phone and you can start practicing with it pretty much anywhere. And the good news is, and I'm so glad you brought this up now and not 2 episodes ago, they're finally back in stock. It took me a while to get more, but they are available on the store, n6ara.com. So grab them now before they sell out and then have to go get more.
They're a fantastic device. Yeah. And if you have a Flex radio,
or ICOM.
I use it with a Flex.
SDR. Yeah.
But the nice thing about that is then you can send real Morse code on your phone using the remote radio. And so it adds that sort of personal touch. So, if I hear R on a peak, I can send a 73 meow or something.
Yeah. It's just, I can't use the memory buttons live. I don't know about you. It just, there's something wrong about trying to make a contact, at least SOTA and POTA, when I don't have full manual control over sending. If I have memory keys, because if they go off script, you're like, oh gosh, hold on, let me type what I want to send and then hit enter. And that delay is just super awkward. So,
or you can use the live mode and then you have to hit the letters at exactly the right time.
And that's tough. At least I found it.
Anyway, the TinyMIDI is the best solution that I've gotten to use, and I love the heck out of mine.
Nice. That's great, man.
So thanks for inventing it.
Yeah, no problem. I made it for myself. And then I gave it to you, and you're like, oh, dude, you got to make more of these. And I'm like, all right. It's usually how the good things come to be.
So anyway, long story long, I really enjoyed Dee's video, and I was very impressed with the fact that she could wrap all of those concepts into one 9 minute and 40 second.
Oh my gosh! Wow!
Video.
In 10 minutes, just a whole story of how it goes, how to learn and do CW.
Well, it also tells you what SOTA is.
Yeah.
It tells you the alphabet, and then at the end, it takes you through a full QSO.
Yeah. For me, actually, when I was learning, it was Thomas K4SWL's videos that finally gave me I want to say the script to expect. So as we were talking about earlier, your goal is essentially send your call sign out and get them to copy it and then log that. But I really didn't know where things start and end. And it wasn't until I actually heard and watched Thomas K4SWL, fantastic YouTube channel, by the way, where he'll do these unedited full activations and you sit through the whole thing. And just learning, he's calling CQ here, that's his call sign. And then you just wait and listen until somebody else calls and you try to head copy it. And then, you'll hear him try to call back the call sign and try to head copy it himself. And then you just get a sense of what the QSO feels like. And just knowing that format and what to expect makes it so much easier to break into the mode.
Well, and also his voice is ham radio ASMR.
Oh yeah. There's that too.
It's great. I think what you're describing though is that there's no shortcuts.
No. Yeah. Unfortunately not.
Unfortunately not.
Practice.
Given
Honestly,
that there's no shortcuts, there's a book that I was recommended by Bill W6QR, one of my mentors. Mm-hmm. He's a phenomenal Elmer, great Morse code operator. And he said, you got to read this book by Chris Rakowski, who is a Long Island CW instructor. And he wrote a book called The CW Way of Life, Learning, Living, and Loving Morse Code in a Digital World. And Dee and I both read this book. You know, Bill's recommended it to a lot of people. What it teaches you is that Morse code is not something you do occasionally on a mountain. It's something that's just part of how you live. You know, last episode you saw that our cat buttons are Morse code.
Yes.
We have the TinyMIDI, so our breakfast conversations might be in Morse code. If you're at a party and somebody, you know, needs another drink and the party's loud, you can squeeze your partner's hand.
You guys have done that?
You can talk with your hands.
Oh my gosh, that is so brilliant.
So Morse code can just become a part of who you are and how you live.
Yeah, wow.
And then your brain stops processing it as, you know, oh, I got to be ready to go. This is a stressful thing.
Yeah.
And it starts processing it like, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, it's like yet another medium, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, that is such a cool idea.
So I love that book. We should probably link it in the show notes.
Yeah, actually, we'll put it in the show notes for sure. Yeah. Did we do show notes last time? I don't remember. Anyway.
If we said we were going to, we didn't.
Probably did. Okay. We'll remember this time. Also, speaking of linking things, we should probably talk about our new Patreon page.
We do have one.
We finally have a Patreon set up. It took us a little bit of time to figure out what we want to do exactly, but we started a Patreon mostly because we want to. The goal here is mostly to, well, we're going to be buying the audio equipment anyway, but the ultimate goal here is to get people to raise enough funds to be able to fly people out and hang out with us on this couch and talk ham radio, talk SOTA, talk POTA, and have a good time. And in other cases, possibly even flying out to a city and doing maybe a live Sofas on the Air or an episode with a couple of people. So
Ara, do you want to talk about why these flights are so important?
Other than gaining points on our credit cards?
No, what are we not doing?
We're not on Zoom.
We're not on Zoom. This show, podcast, whatever it is we're doing, it happens in person.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. The dynamics of just talking to one another, sharing beers, and I love it. This is, honestly, for me, it's just an excuse to get to meet all my favorite hams.
Oh, yeah.
And and so if you're interested, we have 2 membership options. We have the Trailhead, which is $5 a month. I think the goal here is that you get to, or at least the perk rather, is that you get to submit questions for our guests. So we have these topics that we bring up with them, and we'll have a question section as well. So you can ask a guest. We'll let you know who's coming ahead of time, and you could throw in your questions. And then the other option is the Ridgeline for $20 a month, and you get to suggest guests. We still need to figure out how that's going to work, but we definitely want to hear from you and figure out who you're interested in hearing from.
I think it's not going to be that complicated because we have a Discord.
Probably going to be someone that too, yeah.
We have a Discord, and if you join the Patreon, you automatically get added to that Discord with permissions according to the level you're at. So if you join at the Ridgeline level, you get added to a private channel that, frankly, we're just going to chat about people we want to chat with.
Exactly. So it's going to be cool, man.
It's going to be cool. And the ham radio community is not that big. I don't think we're going to be managing a 10,000 person server. I think it's basically going to be just like SOTA. It's going to be a group of friends where we figure out stuff we want to talk about.
And I kind of like it that way, personally. Yeah. I think it's great. Dude, this is going to be awesome. We just got, according to Josh, we just need to make it to episode 6 at least. That's kind of the make or break point of a podcast. So we're moving towards it. And then another thing we also changed up here. Originally, we were going to have guests every episode. And so we're going to kind of dither back and forth right now between having a guest or not having a guest. If someone's in town, we'll have them on. If not, Mark and I still want to do this. We have a blast putting these things together and cursing at audio and video equipment hours before starting this. So I'm having a blast. Should be cool.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about N6 ARA electronics?
Yeah, no, I already plugged it. It's fine. We're good.
People know that you're The N6A array of N6A array electronics.
I think so. I hope.
The company that sold me my first Morse code paddle in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Yeah.
You talked about it on episode 1.
I'm probably going to bring it up again. I really like that Morse code paddle. I'm still using it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've run out of things. I guess check out the show notes.
We've also almost run out of beer.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Well, here, let's make sure that...
One last clink. This is awesome.
For those listening to the audio version, our glasses are now empty.
Yes. Which means the show has concluded.
It's basically a sand timer.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, that's a good... Yeah, it is. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This is a ton of fun. Look forward to episode 4 and 7-3.
7-3s. Should we refill our glasses?
Yeah, we probably should.
All right. Yeah, let's
a little bit
let's
left.
wrap this up and go back to the fridge.
Yes.
All right.
Sofas out of here. Sofas out of here. Wrap together. Sofas out of here. Yeah. Sofas.